Hi, and welcome to Outspoken. As you can see today, we have a fabulous amount of things that are directly or indirectly related to health and safety, beauty, and all of the topics that we normally talk about on Outspoken. I have two guests here with me who have guest hosted the program. One is Dave Gesleck. He's a personal trainer and an autism training specialist, as a matter of fact, and Dr. Kathleen Sandman, who is a chiropractor. So we're going to be talking about these things so that you can learn about things that you may not otherwise know about that can directly or indirectly impact your health. One of the first things I want to talk about is Add Heart. This is heart protection when seconds count. This is an innovative new idea. It's for your keychain, at your bedside, or in your purse. It's a little container with 2 aspirin. You know, medically they say that if you take an aspirin when you feel an impending heart attack, also I guess you can take cayenne pepper for that, it helps to thin your blood and expand your vessels and that, so it's a very good thing to have with you. And if you get a headache, I guess you can use one too. But the real thing for this is Add Heart, and it was developed so that everybody will have one right with them at all times, in your purse, at your bedside, whatever. It's a good thing for businesses to have too, because you never know when something's going to happen. And even in our nursing office, there were things that happened to people that suddenly they passed out or suddenly they had chest pains and things, which it's easily accessible to have. So it's been developed. It's called At Heart, and you can certainly look that up on the computer, or you can email me at AskTVNurse to ask me about any of these things. So, okay, Dave, what do you have there?
All right, well, thanks for having me again. Excited to be here today.
You're welcome.
One of the things that caught my attention, we've never talked about this, and it's actually called Storm Sister, and it's S-H-H-H, and it's a soap bar, and you can kind of see it here. They gave us a sample, but it's 1 bar 3 ways. Brilliant is their slogan, and I love this, and here's why I love it, because for me, I want to have everything, one thing less in the shower. I know women are completely opposite, but you can shampoo, shower, and shave with this one little soap bar. So I like it that way, all in one.
That's interesting.
Yes.
You know, speaking of all in one, I'm going to go ahead of Kathy. I thought this was really an innovative thing. I'm going to take it out. It's a stainless steel holder, design, quality, and function, easy to install and wall mounting with screws, made of stainless steel, dishwasher safe, an elegant addition to your bathroom. And the thing that I liked about this so much, if I can get it out of here, is that you can put your hair dryer in here and your curling iron in here. It's also good for beauty shops and that, because you know how many times women set things down on the counter and there's a problem with it, and you start a fire. So if you can get one of these, you can put some of those things. And I think, Kathy, over there, do you have a curling iron or something over there? This is called Cool Care, because it prevents you from running into heat fires and things like that. And what do you have over there?
This is a mini travel straightener, hair straightener. And it is tourmaline ceramic. Temperature goes to 200 degrees centigrade. The voltage be good for traveling in the United States. And it has a matching zippered bag. It's perfect for the shorter styles of hair.
I think it's nice too for probably a lot of the women that watch the show, or even younger girls, because it's pink and things like that. But I don't use it, anything like that. But I think the girls would like to wear them.
You don't think you use it, huh?
No.
Heats up in 1 minute. Tourmaline ceramic technology. Temperature 200 degrees. Voltage 110, 240. 50 or 30 W with matching zippered bag. Touch up, straighten, curl, and it's made by the same company, that Cool Care. I thought that was really good though with the Cool Care, because I've seen so many people have fires start and things like that from setting down your hair dryer, or I've even had mine turn on by itself. I don't know if you've ever had that happen when you used a hair dryer and it turns on by itself. Well, yeah, right, Dave. Okay, all right, go ahead.
We were talking about the heart earlier, and you know, we want to have those aspirins, but one thing to help your heart and your body is to eat naturally and organic meat. And I can't wait to taste this meat. We obviously couldn't bring it here to the show, but it's called Laura's Lean Beef, and she started this. It's organically raised, or excuse me, cattle raised without antibiotics, no growth hormones added. And I think this is very important for all of us to maintain a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle. The more that we can reduce our body of these antibiotics and growth hormones, it's just going to make, and chemicals, it's just going to make for us to have a healthier body. So check out Laura's Lean Beef, and let me try to give you a website here. Very simple, lauraleansbeef.com.
Okay, Kathy, do you have something over there?
I have
Reach
a
over and
book
get
that I
this.
really think is great. You or someone you love has been diagnosed with cancer. You're feeling blindsided, dazed, and a little more than overwhelmed. But you take a deep breath, clear your head, and take charge. That's where this book comes in. And it's a personal story. It's The Saving of Gordon. And it's by Joni James Aldridge. I think you'll really enjoy it, whether there's a health problem in the family or not.
To win against cancer, huh? Well, now this Beauty Scoop is what I want to talk about. If you want to know what Beauty Scoop is the first and only doctor-developed serious beauty infusion that improves the health and appearance of the skin, hair, and nails with a patent-pending, clinically proven formula rich in peptides and lipids, the extra nourishing building blocks your body needs. The benefits to your skin: reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, increases hydration, improves vitality. The hair intensifies the shine, diminishes split ends, and provides luster and strengthens the nails. Natural and vegetable-based peptide plus formula, antioxidant. And that is called Beauty Scoop.
Is it a vitamin?
And
or
I know, well, it's a combination of things. We have Simply Saline in here too that I put in here, by the way. It's baby Simply Saline. I also had in the box. And I think you've got some saline things over there. This is something that you put into water and you drink it over a half-hour period of time. And it's a combination of antioxidants, vitamins, and things that you can put in here. The essential ingredients are all derived from nature, and they are brassica, lupus, vanilla, all kinds of things that are supposed to help you here. And as you can see, Dave, you can read these better than I can on the side.
Yes.
It tells you.
Full of vitamin E, riboflavin, biotin, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and manganese. So very natural is what
Got
we
to keep
promote
these
here.
young, handsome guys around to
Right.
help out, right? That's Beauty Scoop.
Talk about the
Simply
Simple
Saline.
Saline.
I've got the baby Simply Saline here, nasal mist, sterile saline nasal mist, which moisturizes and helps clear congestion, preservatives and drug-free. And you've got the Neti Pot one. Is that, or is that?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes, it goes with the Neti Pot kit. And that, I believe, it just goes right into the nose and, like Karen said, help relieve nasal congestion, nasal allergy, and sinus.
Because there are many things that, you know, really get into your body through your nose, because that's where you're purifying most of the air that you're breathing, hopefully, and not through your mouth.
Right.
Okay, so that's Simply Saline.
Yes, very good, very good.
This dragon, I wanted you to talk a little bit about this, but this is really interesting to me. Naturally Speaking speech recognition software, which creates documents, spreadsheets, manages email, surfs the web, and more, all by your own voice.
I haven't tried. Have you tried anything like
I
that?
haven't tried it. I've seen people work with them, though, and they're wonderful.
Dr. Meyer, Diane Meyer, said that she uses one, as a matter of fact. And this is really helpful for people, I guess, also if you were disabled and were unable to type, or people who don't know how to type, because it's definitely, I don't know, do you know how to type, Dave?
Yeah. I took a class.
That's
and-
good.
Yeah.
My father always made all of us do that, because he said you don't know what's going to happen in life, and even if you want to be a nurse, you need to know how to type and take stenography, and I think you take steno too, right?
Yes.
Which allowed me to read a note written about myself one time by two girls that worked for me. That wasn't very flattering, but when I picked it up and read the shorthand, they were quite surprised that I was the vice president or president of a company and a nurse and read shorthand. But anyway, back to this. This would help you very much if you're unable to type, don't know how to type, or just want to move fast with things.
And I think it could be good in, you know, because I work with special needs children too, and I could, now that we're talking about, you know, when you said that they can't, some of these kids can't, but a way for them still to communicate, or just if they have some disabilities within their hands or joints, that's pretty interesting, yeah.
It says Dragon works the way you work. Meet your new personal assistant, a faster way to get done on the computer, control your PC by your voice, keep up with your brain, work comfortably anywhere, less stress at home, work, or wherever life takes you.
And
So
the
you just use this
microphone,
on your computer.
the
Great.
microphone is included, just so you know.
That's
There we go.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful idea. Okay.
I have a spray for toothbrushes, Boca Pura Daily Toothbrush Spray.
What's the name of it?
Boca Pura.
Boca Pura.
And it eliminates 99% of the germs on contact. So they recommend that you spray your toothbrush 2 times before you brush, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Eco-friendly and alcohol-free, cruelty-free, vegan, Adult supervision, though, for children 5 and under. You know, it's interesting because they say that if you leave your toothbrush out in the restroom, that when toilets flush, water or anything, that germs fly across the room and get on your toothbrush. So this is definitely a help to clean up your
Yes.
toothbrush.
Never
They
think
also
about
say
that.
spraying into the air purifies and oxygenates the air. Very interesting.
That's good.
Good, I
Yeah.
want to try that.
Interesting.
This next book that we have is called The Pillow Treatment, and it's a book on how to obtain good health, financial success, and a perfect relationship with the opposite sex. So, gentlemen, go ahead and give this a read, okay? Because I'm about to after
Okay,
this
but
show's
who knows
over.
about that? Who wrote that?
Well, the man who wrote it is Dan Horowitz, and I want to read to you a little bit about what he's accomplished in his life. Dan has served his country in World War II, shaped himself as a championship boxer, and successfully sold everything from women's shoes, which I have done that too, so maybe I'm on the right track, to multi-million-dollar land deals, all as a single father raising 2 happy, prosperous sons. So very fascinating, very interesting man. I looked through some of the pictures in the book, but I think this could be a very interesting
What
read.
does it say about women back here? The provocative memoir offers lessons and secrets that anyone can use to enjoy the best that life has to offer, including a revolutionary sexual technique called the pillow treatment.
Oh, I wondered what the pillow was
It's a
about.
secret what it is. We don't know. We don't want to tell you, but you can get the pillow treatment and read it. Okay, how about beauty sleep? I'm going to hand you this to look at to see.
Okay.
But anyway, beauty sleep is a beauty and sleep enhancer, anti-aging and sleep formula to maintain skin elasticity and tone, protects cellular tissue health, and shows the effects of anti-aging, clinically proven to help beauty and sleep. And it's just a drink.
Yep, you drink. This is the full bottle, and you want to drink this 20 minutes before bedtime and allow full 8 hours of rest time.
Advanced dietary supplement combines anti-aging compounds and self-protection units.
It does have melatonin in it, calcium, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, no sugar, so
Beauty sleep.
yeah, very good, very good, interesting.
Okay, I want to mention these. These were sent to me too for women who are having breast reconstruction. They have what they call the rub-on nipples at rubonnipples.com, and you can see what these look like. And it can be a serious problem when people are losing any part of their body, and if they can do something to help themselves look and feel better, it's much better for them. Let me see, this lady, it was bare mounds during her long period of breast reconstruction revisions that inspired Elizabeth to create temporary areola tattoos. Her research about pigmentation while writing her educational site, tattoo/nipples.com, led her to realize that temporary tattoos, most commonly called nipple tattoos, would be a solution for herself and others. So this is a very interesting solution and can make them feel much, much better.
Absolutely.
Okay, which brings us to Woman Beautiful, Embracing the Woman God Created You to Be. This is a new book author Amanda Schwab wrote. She serves as the Women's Ministry Coordinator in a local church. Fairy tales and innocence have always promised happily ever after, so what do you do when life isn't turning out like you thought? Woman Beautiful is a journey that leads to struggling woman to pick up the pieces and see the bounty God has in store for her if she will give all of her trust to Him. You know, and I found that to be true, as I said in a previous show with Dr. Sandman, that some of the worst things that happen to you turn out to be the best. You know, I mean, I've had situations that happened that I thought were devastating, but they really turned out to force me into something else. So it's an interesting book, Woman Beautiful.
In the interest of beauty, this is Yuva, which is an anti-aging moisturizer. And it has seaweed, shiitake, red clover. It firms, smooths, and renews your face and neck, and I'm taking it home with me. I'll let you know.
Is it like some of these things that never make it to the studio? Is that Bounce Back? Is that what it's called?
It's called Yuva.
No, but I mean, they have different things. They have Bright Eyes, Yuva, Y-O-U-V-A.
U-turn,
Okay.
Y-O-U.
Okay, and this
Turn.
is the cream, and this is for bright eyes, and then this one is to help collagen. That's called Bounce Back, and
These
they're
are
Y-O-U-V-A.
all organic.
And I did try some of this, and it really felt good. It really feels good on top of it. So they have quite a few products that you might be interested in looking up on the internet, YOUVA.
Put them out.
I'm going to stick those over there. This is an interesting lotion, though. This is a body and hand lotion by Imagine, and it's moisturizing and paraben-free. But what I found interesting is it's made out of water, goat's milk, jojoba, vegetable emulsifying, vegetable glycerin, vegetable palm. Interesting.
I
Did
think
you
we,
wanna try
And
yeah.
does it smell good?
And well, there's some. Was this the one
Oh,
we
and
did
it
before
smells
where it wasn't?
wonderful.
There was non-fragrance or fragrance-free. This one does have a fragrance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
So
but-
they've
Or
got
very
it.
clean smell.
feels
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, while we're talking about skin creams, there's also another one, Derma-E, DMAE, alpha lipoic acid, and C-ester cream, which is a moisturizer. I've seen this on television by a doctor who's also a dermatologist talking about this, and that it's very important to get vitamin C into your system all the time because that helps build the collagen in your system. And I think about how many times I didn't take vitamins in my life because it wasn't a big thing years ago. Although I must say that you've had experiences looking at x-rays, Dr. Sandman, and what did you find in some of them?
At a period of time, we were x-raying students, and we've noticed that you could have 40 undigested vitamins in your system at one time. So I think it's really important to take vitamins, but also be logical about how many you're taking and whether they're being digested and what else you're taking with it. If you're drinking coffee or water or something to help digest.
No, we've talked about stuff like that too. So now, for some of I know the people watching have had questions. Now, your body, is this correct that your body can sometimes, it has enough vitamins, so we kind of take all these extras and that's why they're being left in our body? Because we have certain nutrients and
No,
certain...
that's when
I
you're
don't-
eliminating them, but she's talking
Right.
about not digesting them.
Just take, yes, I'm talking about not digesting them, perhaps taking them without food, without water, taking nothing else, and assuming that the
Yeah, you need
vitamins.
to take them with food. Dr. Bill Walsh,
I
who used to be
gotcha.
with the clinic,
Yeah.
said that too, that your body will digest them much better if you're taking them while you're ingesting food. And I actually had a friend who got very sick right before her daughter's wedding because she hadn't eaten the day before. She was nervous, she didn't eat that morning, and she ingested all of her vitamins and got very, very ill. And luckily, I was able to turn that around in an hour and a half before the wedding, and she felt much better. But those vitamins hitting your system like that and not having any food to
Yeah.
gel with, it's not a good idea.
Okay.
And the height number, perhaps 40 is not the number you need every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some logic and some balance with it, and eat them with natural vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Right. What's
Can
this?
you read that?
Oh, sure.
While you do that, I'm going to talk about Oxygenics. They actually have an oxygenating moisturizer that attracts oxygen while delivering PCA, HLA, and tocopherols. And they also have a foundation that does the same thing because we do want to oxygenate our skin, although you need to get things up. You know, I'm always interested in going into stores, though, and reading about moisturizers and seeing that they have a lot of alcohol in them. That's not a good thing to do because that dries out your skin. So you
Right.
have to find the ones that have these better products.
Right. And this that you had me read is by Vera Bella, and it's a super firming cream, and it has showing a reduction of facial lines by 36%, increasing skin firmness by 21% within 4 weeks. This high-tech complex contains ingredients that help firm and tighten skin, enhance texture, and reduce the visibility of wrinkles.
Well, I think it's interesting that this Yuva has seaweed in it, which they say extract visibly firm skin and complements the skin's natural collagen. See, I remember a doctor in Florida talking about women with sinus infections after the change of life, and that it was usually due to an iodine deficiency, and that if you ate seaweed or kelp, that it would take it away without antibiotics, and I found that to be true. I tried it, my cousin tried it, that you didn't have to take the antibiotics and you no longer had the sinus infections because you were now replacing iodine in your system. So that's a good idea.
And we often obviously show a lot of things with topical treatments and how we can make ourselves look better and even feel better. But I think this leads us to the next thing. It's called Gluten Solutions, and this is a catalog of gluten-free food, which we've talked about here on the show for children with autism, for adults with celiac disease and just people in general. I think we have sometimes have a high gluten intolerance, and if we kind of reduce that, and you can see a lot of not only feeling better internally, but sometimes that can have a effect on your whole being.
On your brain.
Yes.
Because sometimes it takes over. Certain things take over your neurotransmitters. You know, that's one of the reasons they have you go to gym when you're a kid, because you're sitting for a long period of time, and the chemical acetylcholine goes over the synapses of the nerves in your body. But if you're sitting still all the time, it doesn't. So they have you go out to gym and move it around, and then your brain works better.
And we know this, but then why are we stopping it with our kids? I'm trying to help with that.
I don't know, but this guy is the personal trainer that did a good job with me for a long time. Okay, I also wanted to mention this Dream Look, which is the instant eye lift. Instantly lifts the upper eyelids. It's fast and easy. You just smooth it on, gently support and shape the lid, and you can do it with or without makeup, and you have no more drooping eyelids. And I was surprised at how very, very tiny they are, so that you don't really notice it. There's a little bit of attachment type glue thing in here, but they're very, very small. As you can see, it's on a piece of paper, and you just take that out and put it on your eyelid, and it holds your eyelid up.
Interesting.
So people can eliminate surgery.
Like
There
a
you
little
go.
piece of tape?
It's like a little piece of tape, yes. Maybe I can take one off here. I can show you just how small it is.
Yeah.
That's it. And then it just fits right on your eye, and it can hold your drooping eye up.
Good.
So I
Very
remember
good.
somebody telling me about a relative of theirs that wanted their skin pulled up more, so she wore an earring. She would pull her skin up and attach an earring. She had her own version of a facelift. Well, the Dream Look Instant Eye Lift instantly supports your upper eyelids that way without dealing with a lot of different problems.
Or an earring?
So, or going through surgery. And those are found everywhere. Do you have something?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about what I've talked about, and what I do is develop exercise programs for children with autism. This is my most recent book that just came out called the Autism Fitness Handbook, and this is a DVD. And both of these are meant to educate mom, dad, teacher, sibling, grandma, of how exercises that can be done to help our children, not only cognitively, but also physically, like we were talking about earlier. These kids need to move their bodies. Some of these kids don't lose or graduate from their PT or OT services, and now parents call me and say, well, what can I do? My child is not used to moving, and it's exercise. So there's a lot of things that you're going to see similar in here to regards to OT and PT, but it's meant for mom and dad or the teachers to start working with the kids.
And while we're on that
Excellent.
subject, this book, The Self-Aware Parent, Resolving Conflict and Building a Better Bond with Your Child, and that is the self-awareness. They say that the self-awareness parent is a very wise and powerful book. They use wisdom and examples to greatly empower us to become conscious of change and preventing our patterns, a must for every parent, depending on the age of your child, no matter what the age of your child. So that's an interesting book too. It has all different kinds of topics. The self-aware parent, the helicopter parent. I've heard of that before, the helicopter parent. The mom who couldn't let go, a case study. So there's several different things you can read in Building a Bond, The Self-Aware Parent. It's Dr. Fran Walfish's enthusiasm and dedication.
Good.
Okay, I want to go back to this Cool Care again, just because I think this is such I really am amazed at this, because I think this really creates such safety in your house of not getting, you know, I met somebody in somebody's office who had been electrocuted by touching a toaster who had a plastic piece broken off, and she touched the toaster, and she wasn't wet or anything, but it electrocuted her. She didn't put a metal fork in, which we sometimes have a tendency to do, and she actually was electrocuted and saved. She can't go near computers now. She can't be around anything technologically. So there's really all kinds of incidents that can happen to you that you can prevent by innovations like that, and I just think that this is one of them.
Yeah.
Stainless steel holder for Cool Care.
Very good.
I think I gave you something over there about Esterhazy.
Yes.
And the reason I did was I was invited to a luncheon at Trump Tower where this company had delicious wines paired with a delicious dinner. And the reason I gave it to you is because you spent 5 years in Austria, right?
Yes.
And that's in Austria. Had you ever heard of it?
I have never heard of it, but Austria is beautiful. Their grapes and their wines are usually wonderful, and I will definitely try this one.
Does it say who actually developed it? Was it somebody in a castle or something? I don't know.
The Esterhazy princes established one of the foremost noble dynasties of Europe and have shaped European history for centuries.
I know they tasted really good. Okay, we'll go back to health now. What's
Oh,
Dave
it's
got here?
good. I just want to show this because, Karen, you get so many interesting products that I think parents need to know about. And this one is called Baby NasoClean, and this is actually a device itself and helps to remove the mucus, the congestion sometimes within that baby. And why I like this so much is, again, what we talk about here all the time is about trying to not inject more types of chemicals into their body, and when their bodies and their immune systems are so sensitive. So this you would actually put into the baby's nose and slowly kind of suck out the mucus, and it's in a controlled, so you control it and obviously can see where the music is at, but definitely I think really something that parents should have in their medicine cabinet for their children.
That's through this company too?
I don't think, no, that's,
No, this is through another one, NasoClean
yeah.
aspirator.
Karen, is this like what you used in the hospital as a nurse?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you use something like this in the hospital?
You know, we wish we had something like that. We did have to always leave somebody in the nursery to suction out babies. We had the little suction, almost like a baster.
Yeah.
And we had to do that in case they started choking. So I guess we've got 1 minute. Last thing I wanted to say was read Identity, Accept, Appreciate, and Achieve. She also has a great website, Emotion, Commotion, Understand How You Feel and Why. And I think we've talked about just about everything that we have here today. And so I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to thank Dave Gesleck and Dr. Kathleen Sandman for joining us and helping us to inform you about all of these interesting things. If you have any questions, you can go to our website at AmericanTVProductions.com, or you can email me at AskTVNurse@yahoo.com, or you can call on the phone. The phone number is listed there on the website, but it's also at the end of this show, or you can write to the address at the end of the show. So thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. I'm Karen Gibson. Thank you for joining us.